Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mile High Living. I'm Gina Belich. Well, you know the old saying, you are what you eat. Well, this really rings true for the folks at Bellevue Heights Assisted Living and Memory Care in Aurora. Because when it comes to caring for your loved one with dementia, it's extremely important that their bodies are nourished correctly. We have Joseph Colley, Executive Chef at Bellevue Heights. He joins us now to talk about how they serve the nutritional needs of their residents. This spread, Chef, is amazing. This is so wonderful. So let's just start off while explain a little bit to me as to why nutrition plays such a vital role in memory care.
Well, you know, it's like you said, you are what you eat. So even starting at a young age, you know, your parents are saying, you know, eat your vegetables, eat your fruit, your leafy greens. That's all really important as far as your brain development and just keeping your lifestyle overall, you know, healthy and active. And, you know, the more processed and the more junk food that you put into your body, you know, your metabolism slows, your reaction slows, just your whole life kind of loses its balance versus when you're eating fresh and healthy every day. You know, you're on top, your brain is constantly getting those nutrients it needs, and then it goes out to the rest of your body. You know, if your brain's feeling good, your body's feeling good, and your soul's feeling good.
Absolutely. You know, this is something I love that you guys have really put an emphasis on in terms of providing this mind diet, right? Is that how you call it, the mind diet, correct? So what all does that entail?
So the mind diet is two popular diets put together. It's the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet. The DASH diet is to push yourself away from hypertension. It's dietary, I forget what it is now. And then the Mediterranean diet focuses on leafy greens, nuts, berries, and oil. So when you put the Mediterranean and the DASH diet together, you get the mind diet. And that's what we're so focused on here at Bellevue, is ensuring keeping everyone at the top of their focus, their brain health, you know, to minimize dementia and the process that it takes. And so, you know, we really try to focus on that and incorporate all fresh ingredients. You know, like I was telling you earlier, we're about a 90% scratch kitchen now, so there's hardly anything in our freezer, and we love keeping it that way. And you know, it allows us to put a lot of pride into our work and show where we come from and who we are as chefs.
Well, if this spread is any indication, pride is definitely taken in your work. Talk about what we have here. This looks amazing. We've got all kinds of obviously fresh fruits and vegetables, but you already put a couple of dishes together for us as well, right?
Yep. So like I said, we have our crudité platter here with some ranch dressing. And then off to the left here, we have a watermelon basket filled with all sorts of fresh fruits, some kiwi, strawberries, and blackberries. Here directly in front of me, we have a Fiesta chicken bowl that has some fresh steamed rice, black beans, pico de gallo, sauteed peppers and onions, some Cajun chicken breast topped with fresh guacamole and cilantro. And then over to my right, we have our pan-seared salmon with our red and black quinoa rice with chia seeds, sauteed asparagus and mushrooms, and that's topped with a fresh cucumber salsa as well.
This is so wonderful looking. I mean, I always told my kids, we'd go around the table and said, okay, what kind of colors do you have on your plate? Thinking those were what we should reach for, right? Or colorful, vibrant foods, and you definitely have them here. I'm assuming the residents love this.
Oh yeah, they're all about it. And you know, statistically, when you look at it, if you stick to the mind diet, even going into your teenage to your adulthood, if you stick with the mind diet, even just a couple times a week, you have a 37% chance of putting off dementia. And if you go full for it and you eat it, you know, this is your mind diet all day long, you have a 57% chance. So it really benefits statistically and everything. You know, it's there, and like you are what you eat, you know, so you're putting healthy in and you're going to get the best results you want.
You were telling me that, you know, especially during COVID, you really got to connect with the people that you cook for and that you provide these wonderful meals for. They also get to connect in terms of helping you grow some of this food. Is that right?
Yep.
How does that work?
So we do have a community garden. Like I said, we're all fresh. We're about farm to table. So every summer we set up a garden with peppers, squash, zucchinis, tomatoes, and then as they go, the residents help. They plant the fruit and veggies and all that, and then as it gets produced, they'll go ahead and pick it, and then they bring it back to the kitchen and we incorporate that into our menu for them.
Chef, this looks so wonderful, and I can only imagine how wonderful that the residents feel. This is something we should all be doing, honestly. As you said, we can start doing this ourselves, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we appreciate this, Chef. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, Bellevue Heights Assisted Living and Memory Care provides a warm and welcoming sense of community to the ones you love. Visit BellevueHeightsRET.com or give them a call at 303-968-2697 if you know someone who's in need of assisted living or memory care. They paid for today's segment.